everyone. I'm Ronnie.
And I'm Jessica.
And you're listening to Clean With Me,
the podcast where we walk you through cleaning your house.
Hey everybody, Jessica here, and I'm going to do the podcast today on something my mom has done a podcast for previously, and she has done it on clocking, or not clocking in. I've done one on clocking in, but this is playing off of that clocking in episode, is doing a morning shift and a closing shift when it comes to cleaning. My mom's done one on a closing shift, but I have to do a morning shift myself, and there's a little bit less cleaning involved in your morning shift if you're doing a closing shift the night before, because you clean the house the night before, and that just gives you more time to do extras in the morning. So if you're just starting this and maybe you just had a rough night and didn't do a closing shift the night before, you didn't clean up right before bed, that's okay. I want you guys to just do our typical maintenance cleaning when you're doing your outer areas and stuff. But if you did do your closing shift, then while we're in those rooms, just be doing bonus chores in the areas. Now, another thing that this podcast is going to be about is I have been doing this thing because I found myself, I always write down bonus chores, if you will, that need to be done in areas as I come to them. So say I'm putting something in the fridge, I notice the fridge is dirty, I'll kind of write that down in my notepad or my calendar or what have you, and then I'll be like, okay, that needs to be done once I have all my maintenance cleaning done and I have time for a bonus chore. But I've noticed that I have not had time for bonus chores in a minute, because I'm constantly maintenance cleaning. So I decided to start scheduling in time for those bonus chores with my typical maintenance cleaning. And how I'm able to do that is I've been doing one room of my maintenance clean, including at least 2 bonus chores every time I do it. And then I just switch to a different room every day. And again, this is a lot more possible if you're doing a closing shift and a morning shift, because you're cleaning the night before, so you'll have time for more bonus chores, and then you can add more than 2 as you do this more and your routine gets more stable and everything. You're going to have more time to do more bonus chores. Okay, so this is part of our opening shift. Our opening shift very much has to do with getting your day started in a routine way. If you're like me at all, then you definitely have trouble sticking to a routine unless it is pretty strict. I have not been diagnosed neurodivergent or anything, but I definitely have ADHD tendencies. I've never tried to get diagnosed or anything like that, but I do often relate to videos about ADHD, so I don't know if I have it or if I just have tendencies. My daughter definitely shows signs, my stepdaughter does, so even if I don't necessarily have it, I'm definitely around people that do. So, and I relate a lot to the problems that they face, whether I have it or not. So hopefully this helps you guys. These are things that I struggle with most of the time when I do a podcast. It's directed towards me first, and in the hopes that it'll help you to talk about what I'm going through. So speaking of ADHD, there is a creator on TikTok, and I love his videos. I can't think of his name. I'll have to look it up, but he did this video about morning and closing shifts a while back, and I've been doing the closing shift thing, but not morning, and I saw the video again today, and I was like, okay. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and look him up for you guys. I guess his name is Rocky LFG100 on TikTok, like the 100 sign. I guess that's his tag. I'm old. Anyway, he had some great points, and I'm just going to take what he said and then add to it and tell you what I've been trying and what I gleaned from it, and then what I have implemented. So basically he was saying in the morning that what he does to kind of ground himself is he will walk outside for a few minutes, whether it's to drink his coffee or he'll just walk outside and let the sun hit them. Well, I have been doing that and it really does help. So first thing I do when I wake up is I go outside and I just do a lap around the front yard. If I have coffee, I will drink it in the front yard or something. I just go outside, or if I don't want to go outside because of weather or something, I will just open windows and let the light in. And I don't know why, but just doing that really does wake you up. And another thing that I do that I wasn't previously doing is I started falling into this habit of, on days where I'm not working from home or doing the podcast or anything like that, I usually get up really early on days that I am doing an activity or the podcast or something. But on the other days, I've just been sleeping in aimlessly and then just waking up when my kids wake up or when I wake up or whatever. And then if my husband's home and he's off work for whatever reason, I stay in bed even longer because his schedule is all messed up, and typically he wakes up early and then takes like a long nap lately because I don't know, that's just what he's been doing. So that really affects my productivity like 100% if I do not wake up on a schedule. So I have been setting my alarm even on days where I don't have anything planned and I don't need to. I've been setting my alarm for a specific time, and it's a couple hours later than I typically would have to, but just setting the alarm and having me wake up at the same time every day is very important, and it helps me go to sleep at night, etc. So that's something important. And if I'm completely dying zombie tired in the morning, then I'm like, okay, I need to put my phone up a certain amount of time before I lay down because I'm staying up way too late. Now, I do allow myself to have quality time with my husband at night when the kids are asleep. They go to sleep fairly early. During the summer, we do 8:30, which I don't know if you guys have small children. I guess they're getting bigger now. They're not super small anymore. But something I do to keep them on a schedule is I have to start putting them to bed more than an hour before. So 100% an hour before, sometimes even before that. But we do showers, brushing teeth, starting to wind down, no screens, all that good stuff about an hour before, because they will have an hour's worth of excuses, and we know this from the past, and they ask for things and everything else. So I start the process about an hour before, and then they finally settle in, and then sometimes they don't go to bed till 9, but that's okay. We're a lot stricter during the school year about when they start going to bed. Before during the school year, we usually start our bedtime routine like an hour and a half, 2 hours before bedtime, just because they have an hour's worth of, Mommy, I want water. Mommy, I want a snack. Mommy, I'm starving, even though I just had dinner, that kind of stuff. But anyway, I'm rambling. So moving on to opening shift. So I set an alarm in the morning and get up at the same time every day, even when I don't have an activity planned. I let the sunlight hit my eyes, and when I'm doing my morning chores, if I did a closing shift the night before, I have a lot more time for bonus chores. I have a lot more time to focus on my bonus chores, and I do more of them, right? Whereas before, maybe I didn't do a closing shift. I've been trying to do that for a while now, but it's not every night. Like last night, I'll admit I did not do a closing shift. I started a show too late on Netflix, and I ended up staying up kind of late watching it. And I was being lazy because I was watching a show, which I always do my show, but I need to do my nighttime routine before my cleaning, my closing shift, if you will, before my special TV time without the kids after they go to sleep. That way I can actually enjoy it. And then when I wake up in the morning, same thing. I can enjoy my morning. And that being said, part of my morning shift, if you will, is clocking in to do my morning maintenance cleaning. And like I said, I've been keeping up with my bonus chores by picking one room of the house and doing at least 2 bonus chores in one of the rooms. And I have a different room for each day of the week. So let's get into that. First thing I want you guys to do, as always, when we start our morning shift, if you will, is once you get ready for the day and you do your morning stuff, brush your teeth, do your hair, minimal, get ready. I usually get ready fully after my morning shift. That way I'm not letting my makeup sweat off or something like that. But after I have gotten ready, I will do a load of laundry. You guys know the drill. So let's go ahead and move the clothes from the washer to the dryer and from the dryer to the laundry basket and start a new load. And I talked about in the last podcast how I have so many laundry baskets, and I was just stuffing things in every one of them instead of separating them. And then I dump everything out on the floor and then stuff it back in when I'm separating clothes to wash them. And since I started separating them by how I wash them in the laundry baskets, the first time I do a load in a while, I will spend the time after I dump it out to separate them into different laundry baskets. And because it's already being thrown on the floor, and then it makes it so much easier and more, you want to do the laundry more than you would if you had to dig through a big laundry basket, right? And then moving on to the kitchen. The kitchen is where we're going to do our bonus chores today. We're going to work in our bonus chores so that we actually get them done. And then we're going to move on to outer area bonus chores in the next episode, and then on and on and on. So let's go ahead and empty the dishwasher. Even if I did a closing shift the night before, I usually leave things in the dishwasher to kind of air dry. So let's go ahead and empty that if you haven't already, and put that stuff away. And then we're going to work on reloading our dishwasher. Now, if you did a closing shift the night before, some of us are just starting this, so I did not last night. Bad Jessica, but I didn't. And so I'm going to have more dishes and more of the other stuff to do and less bonus chores in my kitchen because I didn't do a closing shift. But if you did, just clean up the few bowls or whatever from your breakfast mess and spend that extra time you would be on the dishes doing a bonus chore. So while you guys are working on the dishes, I'm just going to throw out some kitchen bonus chores that you could be doing after you're done with your maintenance cleaning. And again, if this is your first day and you aren't ready quite to implement this quite yet because you have a bad dish day or something like that, that's fine. No worries. You know, we all listen to this at different times of the day. Maybe you have a really bad disaster and you just want to tackle that today. That's fine. But anyway, while you're working on those dishes, and don't forget to soak the very bad pots and pans or whatever, if you have any of those, in hot soapy water while you're doing the rest of the dishes. That way, by the time you get to them, they'll come clean very easily. And then start doing a very thorough pre-rinse and load that dishwasher or clean those dishes however you prefer to do them. Bonus chores for the kitchen would be trash. Once you take out your trash, if your trash can is funky, definitely wash that out. You can get a hose outside in your front yard and just power wash it, if you will. Throw it upside down and let it dry for a few hours, bring it back in and reline it. Or maybe where your trash can goes is dirty, you can clean around it. Maybe there is some splatter on the wall. Another bonus chore, the biggest one I need to keep up with, the one that I do the most often, I would say, refrigerator and freezer, because those are things that get dirty pretty quickly. When you have kids that are starting to get their little fingers into the refrigerator and get snacks and stuff and sneak stuff, things get tipped over and whatnot. My fridge was a lot cleaner before they were able to do this, when I used to have a lock on the fridge. But now, when they were babies, but now they get snacks and stuff. Sometimes I have little yogurts in there for them, which we just had to put a ban on eating more than 1 or 2 yogurts a day, because they were eating like 50 a day when I got groceries. And I was like, okay, this is getting out of hand. Y'all are eating entirely too much yogurt. Save some snacks for the rest of the week, y'all. And just be working on those dishes if you have a lot of dishes. If not, you can do some of the bonus chores I mentioned, at least one. But if your kitchen is clean enough for that. And then another one, in refrigerator, that's including wiping down, taking things out, throwing things away, cleaning leftover containers, taking out drawers and putting them in the sink and washing them, what have you. Another bonus chore, microwave. I don't have a microwave. I need to get one. But microwave definitely is something that needs to be deep cleaned often. That's a good bonus chore. Get that glass dish out, wash it in the sink, and then spray some cleaner on the inside of your microwave. Let it sit, let that cleaner do its job, degreaser, whatever, and then do a thorough wipe down inside of your microwave. Another bonus chore for the kitchen that you can pick if needed is your drawers or cabinets. If your drawers or cabinets are getting super unorganized and you're having trouble finding stuff when you're going to cook, it may be time to overhaul your kitchen drawers. So another thing that while you're cleaning them out, you want to be somewhat minimalistic, because the more that you do, or the more that you have, the harder it is to keep it organized. And if you find yourself just moving stuff around, but you're never touching the pots and pans, you're just moving the same pots and pans around to find your other pots and pans, then maybe if you don't want to throw them away, maybe they should be stored away somewhere where they're not in the way, or maybe you need to get rid of them. A hot spot for me in my kitchen is definitely on top of the fridge. I put stuff there because it's one of the highest points in my house where I hide stuff from my children, but I have other places I could put it. I even have a shelf or a cabinet above my refrigerator that I'd never put stuff in. So above my refrigerator is something that needs to be organized. Stuff needs to be put away and it needs to be wiped down every once in a while as well. And keep working on those dishes. But another bonus chore in your kitchen that you can do when you're doing a bonus chore, spice cabinet, organizing that. I used to have it alphabetized just to make things easier because I have tons of spices, and that has gone by the wayside, so maybe I need to do that again. It definitely needs a wipe down and reorganization, along with my pantry. Any old food, anything that you're never going to use. I have a couple, maybe you have like an old thing of protein powder that you're never going to touch, that is out of date, that needs to be thrown away, or just something like that. Takes things off the shelf, give it a good wipe down. Even if it's not dirty, it's probably accumulating dust, so it does need to be wiped down every once in a blue moon. Another kitchen bonus chore would be your burners. If you have those cage burners, definitely spray some degreaser. If you have a scraper, that's good too. Just be careful not to scratch your stove. And you can put the cages, if you will, I don't know what to call them, the things that go over the burner, in the sink and spray them with degreaser. Let them sit for a little bit and then clean them. That's awesome. You can use a scrub brush, a scraper, whatever. Get that nice and clean. Oven, same thing. Let the spray do its work. Let it sit for a good minute. Your oven cleaner, degreaser, and then scrub with a Brillo pad or something tough that'll get that stuff up, and then wipe it down with a rag afterwards. If you're still working on your dishes, that's fine. Like I said, we've all had those days. I did not complete finishing my kitchen last night, so I definitely have more than usual, so I'm only going to have time for 1 or 2 bonus chores today. But if you do have a lot, just keep doing your dishes, pause, rewind, or just clean along with me and just get those dishes done this morning. But if you are done with them, let's go ahead and move on to the other areas of the kitchen, which would be wiping down thoroughly after you pick everything up and put it away where it goes. Don't forget to look at your kitchen without judgment, just what needs to be done. Go from one end of the kitchen to the other on the countertops, put things away where they go in other rooms, or throw them away if need be. If it's real dirty, I'll just throw away trash first, then move on to other items. And this is with the goal of wiping down. So we want to get it clean as thoroughly as possible, get as much as that surface showing as possible. If you have big appliances, blenders, toasters, whatever that don't go on the counter itself. Let's go ahead and put those away. The less cluttered, the more clean you're going to look, the less just stuff's on your countertop, and the more surfaces you can clean. So let's go ahead and put those away and do a very thorough clean, not forgetting to get those high impact areas like light switches, handles, stuff like that. And just, I like to wipe off my cabinets as well because they get little sticky fingers and stuff on them all the time. So go ahead and be finishing up your kitchen wipe down after you've loaded your dishwasher or drying rack. And then don't forget to just sweep up those crumbs so we're not tracking them throughout the house. And just be working on that. Don't forget your dining room table. If you're somebody that puts stuff on your dining room table and it needs to be cleared off, just do the same method. Start from one end of the table to the next, put stuff away where it goes, throw away stuff that's not needed, and then thoroughly wipe down at the end of it. So I'm going to move to talking about the closing shift. We're still doing the opening shift. If you're watching this at night, make it a closing shift. But anyway, when we're doing our opening shift, don't forget we're going to do 2 bonus chores in every room. We're going to do our typical everyday maintenance cleaning, room by room by room, and just clean up, maintenance clean the first hour you're awake, or the second hour you're awake after you do your morning routine stuff, to just make your life a whole lot easier and routine and regimented. So now I'm going to speak on a night routine while you guys closing shift, if you will. That way, and we're still going to keep doing our maintenance cleaning, and whatever time of day it is, that's what you're going to call it, morning or night shift. But we're going to talk about night shift since I already talked about morning while we go into the living area. So let's go ahead and do the living area. Guys, we're going to I'm not going to talk about bonus chores in the living area because that's going to be on the next episode, but let's go ahead and fix your pillows and your cushions on your couch. If you need to just do a quick vacuum, I don't really call that a bonus chore, vacuuming my cushions and stuff, because it's something I do so often. If you don't have to do it constantly every second of every day like I do, then that could be a bonus chore for you. But I have to do it pretty often, so I just incorporate that into my cleaning. So I'm going to go ahead and just vacuum my cushions, fix my pillows and my throw blankets and everything, make my couch look nice and pretty. And then I'm going to move on to picking up the living area, just throwing away trash, picking up anything off the surfaces, decluttering, throwing things away if I don't need them or don't want them or don't use them. And then we're going to put stuff away where they go so we could start wiping down and doing a deeper clean. So let's just go ahead and be picking up while I'm talking. Okay, guys, so while you were fixing your pillows and picking up the living room and everything like that, I'm going to continue talking. So night routine closing shift. I like to do it. So like I said, when the kids are asleep, I have to lay down with my kids to put them asleep. I know they're old for me to be doing that, but they will not go to sleep if I don't lay down with them. They're just used to it. That's just what we do in our house. But I know that, and it will interfere if I put things off. And then once I'm laying down with them, I get tired and stuff. And I like, by the time I'm laying down with them, the only thing that I have not done that I'm supposed to do at night being watch movies with my husband or something. But I like all my chores and all that kind of stuff to be done by then so that I have a stress-free night. So when I'm starting my night routine, I start at the same time every night. For me, it's typically around 7, summertime, 7 o'clock. That way, I can clean up, and then when the kids are doing their bath and brushing their teeth and stuff like that, by the time that's done, my cleaning's done. Sometimes I start at 6, but time is specific to you, your household, what you have to do at night. Whatever time it is, make sure it's the same time every night or around the same time every night. So I let my food settle after dinner. Typically, I will eat dinner with the family, and then I will chill for a few minutes and just kind of let my food settle. And then about 6:37, I will start my closing shift. And closing shift is different than morning shift because I like to involve everybody in the closing shift. Get those kids involved if you have kids. Get your partner involved if you have a partner. Get your roommates involved if you have roommates. And it makes it a lot faster to close up the house. I like to do a lot of the cleaning myself. As far as my kids helping, they are very good in certain areas. And they like to be told exactly what to do. They're like their mom. I have to have a specific list and criteria of things to do. They like to be told what to do. So I will be like, okay, guys, let's do our closing shift. Let's go ahead and do a living room pickup and straighten while mommy does the kitchen, and then I will go behind them and get anything they missed, or I'll tell them, hey, you guys need to clean this, and that. And they're little, so they're not very thorough. Sometimes I have my husband help as well. He usually helps without me telling him. Obviously, he's a grown up, but when you do things at the same time every day, usually kids, partners, roommates, whatever, they will usually pick up the same and just start cleaning, because if it's a routine, it's something you guys are doing every day, they'll know the drill. Even if you just start out doing it yourself, they'll usually hop up and start helping you. I know my husband in the evenings, even if he's worked all day, if he sees me get up and start doing the dishes at night, doing my closing shift, if you will, he will start telling the kids to pick up for me, and he'll start picking up as well, just because I'm cleaning. So it really sets the tone in your household and tells the other people that it's cleaning time, and eventually they will do it along with you, even if you don't have to tell them, even if you don't tell them. So once you're done with your living room straighten, let's go ahead and straighten the bathroom as well. When I'm doing a bathroom straighten, I typically just clean the countertops. I start from one end to the next, clean the countertops, put things away where they go, make sure everything's somewhat organized. We're not talking about bonus chores in that room yet. That's for another episode. But I just straighten and then put everything away where they go, put any laundry or anything in the laundry room, change the trash liner if it needs to be changed, and then I just do a pickup and wipe down of the countertop, toilet seat, and anything else that just needs to be disinfected quickly, but I just do a quick wipe down. So go ahead and do that while I'm talking. Put any toys away that are in the bathtub, etc., things like that. And then a lot of us take showers at night. If you are a night shower, then when you're in the shower, just give your shower a good once over with the scrub brush. And like I said, I like to keep soap dispensing scrub brush in my shower. That way when I take a shower, I just do a little once over of the bath and everything, and it just keeps it maintained that way. So that could be part of your routine as well. And that's a good thing to do at night during the closing shift. So while you guys are working on your bathroom maintaining and cleaning, I'm going to go ahead and just keep talking about the closing shift and give you guys some last minute things that I do. So to review, during morning or closing shifts, the most important things are routine, same time every day. Now, if something comes up, you have an activity, something deviates from that, do not worry or stress over that. It's okay to have a day off. It's okay if something comes up. But typically, your day-to-day, you should do it as much as possible. That way, everyone around you will do the same thing, and your house will be cleaner and cleaner and cleaner, and your morning routine will be simpler. You can do extra things in your morning routine. But even if there's not a lot of maintaining and you are consistently doing it, so you have less and less to clean up, there's always, in my house anyway, there's always plenty of bonus chores to keep me busy, plenty of things that I don't typically get to keep me busy. So I at least clock in a full hour during my morning and closing shifts. That way, I can, if other things are already done, I can fill them in with other things that I don't typically get to, like I said, bonus chores and stuff like that. So clock in at least an hour every morning and every night, and you will see a big difference in your house. I hope that helped you guys. I hope you guys got something out of that. Do not forget to switch your laundry from the washer to the dryer and dry your laundry basket, and then put those away. Kick your feet up while you're folding them, relax for a minute, and then put all those clothes away so they don't get knocked over or just sit in the laundry basket forever. And then don't forget to clean your floors. So do one room at a time, sweep up thoroughly, and then do a thorough mop in each room. And if you have a vacuum, same thing, vacuum up. And if you have time to do a little shampoo, that's a good bonus chore as well, if you have carpeting. So thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you got something out of today. I hope I helped you guys, and hopefully your cleaning days get easier and easier and easier. As always, happy cleaning, guys.